Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Craig over here at Merchant Service Slayers. Today we got an awesome topic for you guys. We've already covered a couple different parts of the sales process, so I got another one that I want to talk to you about. It's called stating the agenda. But before I do jump into that, please do us a favor. If you are not on YouTube, fly over there real quick. Go ahead and hit the like button, the share button, and also subscribe. Ding that bell as well. That way you can get notified every single time we come up with new content. Also, check us out on Facebook. We have a group over there called Merchant Service Slayers. If you're not a part of it, I highly suggest you join it. That way you'll get to see a lot more content that we're putting over there. You'll get to talk some smack with other salespeople, and all of us will have a good time. Okay, guys, so this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about stating the agenda. There's three portions of this that we're going to cover. First part is why it's important. Second part is what are the psychological reasons behind this working. And then last but not least, I'm going to show you exactly how you guys can go ahead and effectively toss this into your guys' presentation and your pitch, okay? So first off, why is stating an agenda important? Just like every single college classroom or every single high school classroom that you guys went into, a very successful teacher, what they will do is they will write down exactly what we're going to be covering in class today to kind of prep you and get you ready for it. So your expectations of this, that, and the other thing happening are there, right? And so when you're setting up your stating of the agenda, what you're effectively doing is you're letting the merchant know this is what we're going to be covering. And at the end of everything, if it makes sense for both of us involved, I'm going to ask for your business. And so let me go ahead and show you what my stating of the agenda sounds like. So first off, my placement was stating the agenda, right? My placement was stating the agenda is right after my meet and greet portion where I'm saying, hey, how are you? That sort of deal, right? Who I am, this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. Boom, I'm stating the agenda, okay? So we're sitting down. I have my laptop out. I have my notepad out, pen. I have the application sitting off to the side. I've prepped my area, right? So I'm over at Bob's Tire, right? Hey, Bob, again, thank you so much for meeting with me today. Hey, first off, before we get started, I just want to let you know how this normally goes. First off, I'm going to ask you some questions about your business, learn a little bit about some of your past experience with merchant services. You'll obviously want to learn a little about me as well, so I'll kind of go into my experience inside of this industry. I'll tell you a little bit about Go Free Payments. And at that point, if you and I feel like we can talk to each other, that we would be a good fit to work with each other, we'll go ahead and take a look at the presentation. And if the presentation, the program makes sense, right, we'll move forward from there. We'll take a look at the financial aspect of things. And at that point, if it financially makes sense, I'm obviously going to ask you to make a financially sound decision. Is that fair? They always say yes to that, by the way. So that actually leads us, that's my stating of the agenda, by the way. So that actually leads us into what are the psychological reasons behind this working. So first off, there's always three reasons why someone's not going to buy from you. They don't like who you are, which that's a tough one to beat, right? You might have to get someone else in there. They don't like your program or your product, so they don't want to purchase your product from you, right? Or they don't think that it's financially going to make sense for them. Whether that means, in a cash discounting scenario, whether that means that they don't think that their customers are going to accept an additional bump or whatever that is, you're covering these three reasons. And then at the end of it, I'm going to state something that's very fair. It's like my favorite F word besides the one that I use a lot outside of the house. But the biggest portion is fair. That's my favorite word. And the reason why that's my favorite word is because the way that I say it and when I present it, what I'm saying doesn't sound unfair. And so if everything comes to fruition at the end of it, if we made it that far, I'm going to ask for their business. They're prepped for it. They know it. It's almost like I'm green lighting them before I even go to any details. So let's check this out. So first off, what did I say? So first off, I told the merchant that what we're going to be covering at first is we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to ask them some questions. That's my discovery phase of sale. I'm going to ask you some questions. Learn a little bit about your business. You're obviously going to want to learn a little bit about me. If you and I feel like we're a good pair and we can communicate with each other, I'm going to move on to the next section, okay? So what I'm doing here psychologically is if I don't stop us, which I won't, and the merchant doesn't stop us, which 99% of the time he doesn't or she doesn't, then we both think we're a good pair to work with each other. Psychologically, that's the seed I'm planting right there. Moving next. We're going to take a look at if the program makes sense. So I'm going to show you the program through my presentation. And if the program makes sense, we're going to move to the next section. So what is that covering? I'm covering cash discounting. In that scenario, I'm going to cover cash discounting. Now at this part, I'll probably get some questions and stuff like that, but rarely do I ever get stopped, okay? Especially if I did a good job in my discovery phase of the sale, which we covered in another video. But I jump over, I go through that. If the merchant, again, does not stop me, and if I don't stop me, which I'll never stop me, that means that him and I are in agreement that this is a good program, that it makes sense, right? Now, obviously, financially, cash discounting makes sense. That's what we do over at Go Free Pay. 99.99999% of our sales are cash discount, okay? So obviously, financially, it's gonna make sense. I'm not gonna stop me. He's gonna maybe try and stop me on the fact that he has to charge his customers, maybe. But if I did, again, a good job earlier in the sale, I won't get that too much at the end, or it won't be as strong and significant as it would have been if I didn't prep from the very beginning, right? And so right there, boom, I'm covering the financial aspect of things. And if he doesn't stop me again, if I don't stop me, which again, I will never stop me, boom, I'm gonna ask him for his business, which I will. Now the way I ask him is I'm just gonna assume this is closed, okay? If they did not stop me throughout this entire stating of the agenda or through my presentation, then guess what? He said it's fair that I ask him for his business if everything keeps flowing, which it will, okay? And so what I've done psychologically there is I've prepped him to where I am gonna ask for your business if you don't stop me throughout my presentation, okay? I'm gonna ask your business. You've already agreed that you liked me by letting me continue. You've already agreed that you like the program by letting me continue. And you've already agreed that it makes financial sense, which you said, Mr. and Mrs. Merchant, that at the end of the sale, if it made financial sense, you know, I'm gonna ask for your business. You said that's okay. And so I'm just doing my job, right? That's psychologically why you have to have this as part of your presentation. Now, how can you effectively toss this into your pitch? Well, my sales process is very simple, right? I have my meet and greet. At my meet and greet is where I actually add in my stating of the agenda. So I put like all right, meet and greet, state the agenda. Then I have my discovery. Then I go through my presentation where I'm building value, and then I close, okay? So that's kind of my process right there. My suggestion is that you throw your stating of the agenda in between you meeting and greeting and saying hi to them, right, and introducing yourself, and then you going ahead and asking them questions that's gonna build a case for you called discovery phase normally, okay guys? That's stating the agenda, everybody. This is very important. This actually helped me years ago when I first started doing this, bump my closing percentage through the roof, okay? If you state your agenda, you throw some psychological aspects in there, you will get more deals, especially if you consistently do this every single time, every single presentation. That's all I got for you guys. Let's get out there, let's make it happen. Remember, while you're out there in the field, ABC, always be closing. Have a good one, everybody.